welcome to Sports in 60 Minutes right here on iRavelStudios. I'm Femi Faraway. I'm excited to have you join us today. It promises to be good. I've got the guys right here in the building. Princewill Oviesan is here. Olamide Onwuka and also Opeyemi, imoru. Guys, good to have you join us today. Hopefully no drama coming through later on.
It's a pleasure being here.
Wow.
Femi, you get wala.
Really?
You get wala.
What's happening?
Femi, in India, they will say Jafana.
Atubami.
Jafana.
What do you mean? How are you starting?
It's a pleasure being here, guys. But this guy, trouble. Femi. It's alright.
Do you used to just just attacking my personality?
How do you mean?
You don't lie. Femi is a menace on the show. Like he actually bully everybody.
Bully.
Yeah.
Okay. All the accusations against me, I will not take that. What I will know is that we're going to proceed forward. We've got loads of stories to share with you. Let's head for a break. We'll start off with stories coming in as Nigeria is planning to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. Okay, so let's start out with the first story coming through today. Now, this week, it was confirmed by the Nigerian Olympic Committee that a bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games, right, has been submitted by Nigeria. They're waiting for all the things that needs to go through in terms of showing interests. And I'm just going to get your thoughts coming through. What do you guys make of it? Because, look, it's a big story. Nigeria has never hosted the Commonwealth Games. I don't think any African country has ever hosted the Commonwealth Games. So this could be an opportunity for an African team to host. Guys, let's get your thoughts. Olamide, let's start with you.
Okay, I see what he's doing.
We know what the juggernaut is trying to do.
The juggernaut is coming. For me, I think it's a good one for Nigeria. But of course, this is just the first step. They've passed the process of submission of your interest to host. And they said they did that before the deadline. And apparently, this will be a good opportunity for Nigeria in terms of, getting our country out there for the rest of the world, showcasing our tourism potential, showing the world that truly Nigeria is ready. This is Nigeria, not like what you were used to seeing, but Nigeria is actually a beautiful place. And apart from that, we get to also develop some of our moribund infrastructure, especially the sporting infrastructure. This is an opportunity for us to do that. Okay. Princewill is itching to go.
No, I was not itching to go. You just took it about moribund infrastructures.
Moribund infrastructures?
Yes.
Which ones? Because you don't even know which event centers are hosting. So
I honestly believe that when you plan, you've already gathered your resources together. You've put so many things in place. First and foremost is a lofty idea. There's nothing wrong in you conceiving an idea. It's actualizing it or putting it into action that matters. Knowing Nigeria for what we are, we're very good at the rush hour. We did it with Nigeria 99. Hosting
we didn't do that for Koja 2003.
Yeah, Koja 2003. We hosted the Nigerian Games.
All African
Games was 2003.
Yes.
Then we hosted the
under 17
World Cup, which was a big magic. Let's come back to the Commonwealth. It's an exciting story, candidly speaking. But if I know the country I come from and the kind of people
I'm not sure these days. I question the country you come from.
Well, I'm a Nigerian.
Sometimes I feel you're Benin or Togolese.
Maybe a Congolese.
Probably. Fine. Whatever you classify me to be, I'm an African.
Africa, not West Africa.
I'm an African.
Not West Africa.
And mind you, the Commonwealth is a kind of a universal game. After the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games is the next big game.
Countries that were
colonized by the British. And you're looking at almost 113 or 114
so that means
countries.
We will see Benin, we will not see Togo.
No, it doesn't really matter.
We will not see Cote d'Ivoire.
It doesn't really matter.
We will not see.
But you see Liberia, you see Sierra Leone, you see Gambia.
We'll be those ones.
Good. So, no big deal. But the truth remains that leave Femi alone. He's enjoying his stay. But the truth remains that submitting the bid is a fantastic one. But do we have...
Princewill, what is in your heart? Say it. Stop going through all this. What is in your mind?
We're not prepared.
That's what's in your mind.
Yes. They cut
You
corners.
said it. Let me now answer your question.
Well, 2030 is a long time.
Number
oh.
one.
Nigeria
2030
started
is a long time.
Ola, let me remind you.
Yeah.
Nigeria 99 started from 1992. We started bidding till 99. At 99, late hour, last minute was when we started painting stadium. We're not prepared.
Let me tell you something. Princewill Oviesan. Development has moved. Technology has brought advancement that we cannot describe.
That
I had your.
has it impacted the infrastructure we have?
I listened to you.
Before you land,
Yes. Yes.
Please
Let me
name,
continue.
please name one Olympic size stadium we have in this
continue
country.
now. I've not finished now. I'm on my way.
Okay, go ahead.
So I feel that the whole idea of bidding, right, we're going to show some of, like Olamide mentioned, culture, the tradition, the goodness Nigeria has to offer. You mentioned infrastructures. How many centers are we going to be using? Most likely Lagos, yeah? We already
For the Commonwealth?
I'm counting the number
I
of
don't
these-
think.
Okay.
I think Abuja would most likely
So that
be
is one state. It's just
most
one.
likely Abuja.
It's one state.
Just one.
It's one.
Most
So that is,
likely.
I'm counting the number of places we have.
Okay, even the one state, Lagos, how many stadiums
Wait, now,
are?
I'm coming now.
Or
More
we'll
ball.
go to you.
I'm coming.
Abuja-
we have three,
Abuja
we have
actually
three
has all
major
the
areas. No,
facilities.
we have three major areas we could use. Lagos, Abuja, or Uyo. Now, I doubt Uyo because, number one, while Uyo satisfies a lot of things in terms of the football stadium, but they don't have other facilities.
That's where I'm going
But
to.
Abuja Stadium, because they already hosted Koja.
Exactly.
Stands in.
I think it
I've
was-
not seen the
Abuja was
interest.
built specifically
I've not
for
seen
that
the interest
game.
of the beach.
Yeah.
But we also know that they are working on the Abuja Stadium right now. The goal is to get the Super Eagles back to Abuja, right? Long term. And Abuja practically meets all those things. Most of the federations are right there, secretariats are there, the NSC is there. I think that Abuja can come in and do a good job. And that's one center. Wait now, Princewill, let me finish.
Okay, finish.
Let me finish. In terms of tourism, where better than Abuja or Lagos to show the goodness Nigeria has got? In terms of accommodation, we have it. Hospitality, those states have it. So when you mention infrastructure, it is there. I've already mentioned Abuja Stadium. Other small for the Package B Stadium. There are many facilities in Abuja.
Are you true?
Yes, I'm true.
We're
And
not
if you
prepared.
mention Lagos,
We're not prepared.
from now to 2030, Princewill Oviesan.
Wait,
What if
wait,
you are not prepared?
wait.
We'll remove
Can I-
your passport. Oh.
Can-
We'll
no.
remove your passport.
I have to.
We'll send you somewhere
I have
else.
to.
We'll send you to another country.
I have to.
We'll send you to another country.
Femi.
Send him to Ghana.
Yeah, no
Even
problem.
Ghana said will not take it.
Femi, let me put you on a very fine stand. The National Stadium here, we've gotten 3 ministers, right? They came and gave us some jigoboos. Don't worry. It will be ready.
Why are you always focusing on where you should not focus on?
Why would I focus? You're talking about
When we
hosting
said
a major
no,
tournament.
Is there a Teslim Balogun Stadium? Yes.
It has never Stadium that if you enter the pitch, God, there's nothing there.
Is there this what's the other mini pitches? Is there the Roe Park Center?
Femi, don't go there.
I
What
don't
do you mean I
think.
shouldn't go there? Are you not asking for sports facility? When we say Commonwealth Games, it's a city is hosting it.
Commonwealth doesn't
Lagos.
have football. No. Let's not
So
forget.
I'm saying that Roe Park
Just for
is
now.
not football.
When I spoke about infrastructure just now.
If we're talking
hold
about
on.
Are you
stadium.
saying that
Hold on,
javelin,
hold on.
short put,
Hold on.
cannot be
Those
held
kind
in
of
Teslim?
events,
Hold on.
obviously, those are it's
Indoors.
majorly track and field.
They're indoors.
I think Abuja has the velodrome, but it's not in a very good
Wait,
state.
when
They
I spoke about
organize-
infrastructure just
No,
now.
They
Abuja
organize,
is a good
trade
state. The only
fairs
thing that
and
is not
stuff.
good, no, the only thing that is not good in Abuja
Yes.
is the pitch itself.
Not just the
But
pitch,
in fact,
actually.
no, because we played a game 2 years ago there.
Not just the
games
pitch. I'm not
village
just
are
talking
still
about the
intact.
Games Village are still intact.
I'm not
Femi,
talking about
You
the
know
We're
what?
not
I,
prepared.
I can see they're trying to derail this plan.
We're not prepared.
And I will not agree with you.
We're not prepared.
For me, I
But
think
anyone's saying it's
2030 is a long time.
It's a
And I
long
think
time.
It's enough time for us to.
It's one city.
We
now.
are never ready.
No, I think if we confirm the
Princewill
hosting
Oviesan.
rights,
Yes.
Even the
we
Obafemi
can
Awolowo
be
Stadium
ready
Yes.
before then.
will be ready before 2030. If you say that's what we want to use.
You know what, Femi? I think
2030.
I'm beginning to conclude that you have a hidden agenda. Yes.
For what? That Nigeria cannot host?
Wait, either you like it or not, at the end of the day, we'll see it. Nigeria is a good example.
What happened in Nigeria 99? Didn't Ronaldinho come here?
Only time with no do it been and
Didn't
nobody.
Xavi come here? Didn't Xavi come here?
Okay, you know what?
Didn't this thing come here?
You know what?
Didn't Casillas come here?
You know what? The only way, no, you've spoken.
No. I'm asking you a question. You asked me a question. I'm asking you a question.
They did.
Did those world stars come here? Did they enjoy their football?
They did. But let me put you straight to you.
Put it straight to me.
Show me where in this country where you have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. One,
Abuja
two.
now.
We have 3
Where?
in Lagos.
Functioning.
Yes.
Abuja.
Are they functioning?
Yes.
And
I put it to you, Prince. It is functioning.
after the show, we'll go there.
Yes, I'll drive you there myself. I would like to there myself.
There's an Olympic-sized swimming pool in
at the National Stadium.
That's not functioning.
Wait, at the National Stadium is functioning. At the National Stadium is functioning.
It's not functioning.
It is.
now.
It is.
It's not functioning.
It is.
That swimming pool that has fungi and
sure?
That's
and what have you?
Number 2, the University of Lagos Sports
Complex.
Center. This pool is Olympic size. Go and check it. I'm giving you second venue. You want me to give you third venue?
Is the hosted
Yes.
University
West African Games.
Third place is the one they are building in Teslim. It's Olympic size. The
Femi, these are all
you know what?
hearsay.
I don't say anything again. It's not,
These are all hearsay. Look,
Don't worry.
intention is okay, but we are not prepared.
Femi and Princewill. Femi, see, for me, I feel like this is the early stage. We just submitted our.
Princewill
Let's tell ourselves the truth.
So let's see if we won't get the hosting right first.
Princewill is right.
We won't get the hosting right because
let's see if we get the hosting right. There are lots of countries that are indicated.
Olamide, go to CNN, go to BBC. Nigeria is classified as a designated dangerous area to travel to. You just spoke about tourism.
Let's go.
That's actually part of the things they will consider.
Yes,
The security.
The security.
Okay. Let's go over now to the 2025 President's Federation Cup round of 16. Our games have been on. I'm going to touch on some of those games to watch out for in the next round of the tournament. Enyimba versus Abakaliki FC. Nasarawa United will take on Bayelsa United. Warri Wolves against Wiki Tories. Ikorodu City versus Beyond Limit. We already know Ikorodu City are going through to the round of 8. Akwa United will take on Inter Lagos or Doberan. Solution FC versus Kwara United. Plateau United will take on Osun FC. And Better Insurance are looking like a bright prospect.
Rangers to the next round.
Huh? I'm not for this your time, Prince. The matches will be played on the 16th of April across 5 venues: Abuja, Benin, Kogi, Lagos, and Enugu. My prayer is that Insurance should play in Benin. That's my prayer. That Insurance play in Benin.
It's not possible.
We know they are going through to round of
That's like an advantage, but it's not possible.
And it will be a failed season for Rangers this year. Failed to defend the title in the
Go
MPFL.
to the next one.
Your shoe looks
I think I'll beg you.
Your shoe looks nice.
No, now because you cannot. Ikorodu City have done so well.
Femi, go to the next story.
All right, so that's what the people want. Let's do what the people want.
Calm down.
I'm coming down.
The Champions League is next.
Coming down.
That's what we've got next. Okay, let's get your thoughts on it. Let's review the first game, right? And let's look forward to the second round of 16. So, Arsenal will travel away to the Santiago Bernabeu for the second game. 2-1 from the first game. Barcelona would also be going away to the Signa Iduna Park. Their lead is pretty hefty, 4-0 against Borussia Dortmund. And PSG, 3-1 from the first game against Aston Villa when they head to Villa Park. What stood out for you, Opey, and what are you looking forward to in the second game?
I think everyone might have been talking about the Arsenal Madrid game. It was an awesome game, but the game that stood out for me will be the PSG Aston Villa game. We look at Luis Enrique. He has an experience when it comes to Champions League. Aston Villa came with a thought of, I don't know what Eddie Owe is thinking, like, okay, what was that Arsenal did with Madrid? I think I can try my luck on something, but it was an awesome game. We saw Kvaratskhelia, doing great things with his beautiful goal. We saw, a bunch of players, played very well, and I think that was the game that stood out. From other games too, they came handy, but I think it was the Aston Villa PSG game.
Olamide, any for you? Because for me, right, sentiment aside, I think the Bayern Inter game stood out for me. Now, not because of the scoreline, but because, one, I predicted a victory for Inter Milan. 2, I thought that Bayern had themselves to blame. Jamal Musiala wasn't there. They created a lot of chances. Harry Kane, there's a chance he should score.
Exactly.
Hit the woodwork. And I'm saying it because I've seen Kane score more difficult goals. That looked a lot easy. But when Thomas Muller comes up the bench, scores the equalizing goal, and then gives that sort of reaction, following the stories this week where it was mentioned he will not be given a contract extension. You thought, look, the forgotten one or the cast aside one has come back to restore parity when they went to the second game, and then Fratesi goes over the other end and scores, and immediately takes off his jersey. He had a garment on there, then took that off as well. You could tell the whole team celebrated. That was 2-1 away from him. For me, while everyone says the Arsenal's game and the Barcelona's game are done deal, this one too done, because I don't think Inter will allow Bayern get back into the game. So for me, that stood out, and I thought it was a very exciting game.
Yeah,
I don't mention the Barcelona's game, but that
No. We knew we were going to win.
It was too easy.
No, it's not. It wasn't easy. Come on, it's football.
It was too easy.
You think they made it look easy. The guys are good. That's why it looks easy.
No, don't let me just dirty. That high line was just, as in they couldn't go past. They had no runners. I thought they was going to outrun that back for what?
Oh, for me.
It was. President, I don't need to take your thoughts on this matter.
No, I'm okay.
The truth is that, see,
it's not like I feel like I want you to be okay. But
I'm cool. I'm cool. Because you're supposed to start this segment reviewing those games, and you deliberately refuse to put that Arsenal game in proper perspective.
Don't worry, I will talk about it.
Why? The champions
Let me talk about
it yet now.
Let me talk about it.
The champions.
If he doesn't want to talk about it, I will talk about it.
Is it probable? Is it possible for Real Madrid to score?
That's where we should start from.
It is. It has happened before.
Yes. Look, for me, I feel like
So,
I feel like
then.
the game at Bernabeu will be different because Madrid will go all out from the word go, right? Madrid will go all out from the word go. Now, this is what will happen in that game. Take it from the prophet, Saya.
Oh God.
So now, Madrid will go all out from the word go. Their backline will be exposed.
You better start learning now.
Okay.
Arsenal
This one
will capitalize. No, you know, say when I talk something, it always happen. I know
They hear you to the cap.
Madrid will go all out. They will leave their backline open. Arsenal with Saka, Martinelli.
They'll penetrate
I swear.
deep.
Anyhow.
I don't know which level way they carry me.
But
the point is, Madrid will win, but Arsenal will qualify.
honestly speaking, they go back to the Bernabeu and get swept. But you see, psychologically, I'm always looking at games from the psychological point of view. You're the defending champion. You have what it takes, world-class players that are very dogged, determined, that can turn game around. And you're playing against a team that has been whooped. Most times, teams understudy each other's team. Arsenal is not that kind of a team that want to play Madrid. People say they've played before. It didn't really come out well for Madrid. That's not it. With the current momentum Madrid took to the Emirates, I expected Madrid to either have a draw or a slim victory. But you allowing 3 goals to go through you simply shows something was wrong. Especially
you couldn't stop those first two.
yes, those first 2 goals were classical.
They lose
They were
woefully.
classical. They were unimaginable free kick that even Declan. Have you eaten Arsenal rice?
No.
I have some. I'll give you.
I don't want to be second in my life. I want to be first.
Okay. Okay, I get you. But the truth remains that the game at the Bernabeu is going to be an interesting one.
You know what's upsetting about this game, right? And I know quite a lot of Arsenal fans is Arsenal are the team that they always celebrate the battles and not the war.
Exactly. I think that is the right English to use.
You beat Real Madrid, which is a big deal. You have not won the tournament.
Obviously.
No, they've already said that they are winning the tournament.
We're winning the tournament.
Oh God.
We need to go for a break.
Oh.
That's all I can say.
You don't want me to continue?
At this point, like this, Femi, take a
At
break.
this juncture.
Take a break.
You don't want me to continue?
Break.
No,
I can see the in-house conspiracy.
no, it's not about
Femi,
conspiracy.
Ope,
It's
and
not.
Ola.
It's
No,
not.
you know me. I'm always. Me, I'm
When I first
I'm shameless like that.
Me,
Okay.
I'm just trying to
shameless.
like
This is
see
3 against 1.
I am
See the
one.
fact
Me,
that-
I'm facing you.
Oh, no.
Madrid have lost at this margin and come back.
If Madrid, see, if this was Atletico in this stage, Arsenal cannot boast of this result.
I agree with you there. I agree with you. But you see
They
this
won't
current
get
one.
up to this.
You see this current
They're not
one.
going to reach like this.
If he win,
If
but
it's
no
a
1-1 or 1-0.
Remember the last time Arsenal made it to the Europa League final? Also, the time before that one. The time before that one. Because the last time was against Chelsea.
Yeah.
The time before that was Atletico Madrid. Once they saw semi-final, sorry. Once they saw Atletico Madrid in the semi-final, they knew they were out.
Obviously.
Because I think Atletico, there was Marseille, I can't remember the fourth team. Marseille got the other team. Arsenal got Atletico, and Thomas Partey was in Atletico back then.
Back then, yes.
It was done.
That's what I was saying just now. Because the momentum Madrid brought to the Emirates, a lot of people felt, what's this artist's name? He had a bet of 3 million naira.
Joe Boy.
Joe Boy, 3 million naira, and he was crying. Everybody knew that Madrid has what it takes to win that particular
Madrid to
game.
win.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what it is the money do.
As in,
Joe Boy.
Yes, 3 million.
Money small, sha. Money small now.
But the thing is,
which drink money? How money won't buy for club?
I mean, I personally feel like anybody who played Real Madrid to win at the Emirates, right?
No, but you can't blame them. They
You can't plenty people.
A lot of people did.
No, I'll tell you.
The
I'll
odds
tell you.
better Real Madrid to win.
If you had asked me,
So the odds were even the odds by
They're
the
not
bookmakers.
helpful.
The odds by the bookmakers said Real Madrid to win.
Femi, if you look at the build up to that game, you'll know that Arsenal were on a mission.
My point here is that look,
What was
I
the
thought
build-up?
Arsenal
No,
were
I'm
going
saying
to
in the
draw.
build up to that game.
I was
I
expecting
thought
a
that-
slim win.
I expected a slim win for Arsenal,
No,
but
I
not
thought a
like
draw at best.
I knew Arsenal was going to win. I knew. I said it. I haven't told.
Slim
I told
win.
my wife
Let's
before
go
the
for
game
a
started.
break.
Look,
Let's go. Who that was don't know? Let's go for a break.
Okay.
Who that was don't know?
I'll
Olamide.
tell my husband that Madrid is going to win the second leg.
I'll tell my wives. Now this is we win. This is.
I'll tell my village people that we're picking the Champions League.
now they go.
Let's head for a break. We'll come back and check the next segment right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. Okay, so welcome back to the show. This time we're heading over to football stories from the Nigerian scene. A lot has been going down as we hit the final stretch of the NPFL season. We're into the last 6 games of the season, right? Six. If you add the fact that games have been played as well midweek last time, and the outstanding matches have also been completed. So everyone is currently, well, is it 6 or 7? 6 games. So we've got prize match day 32.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got 6 games. Yeah, correct. But that's not what we're here to talk about, right? Not the title chase, not the continental tickets, but the ugly scenes that we have complained about in Nigerian football. Now, Princewill, let's start out with you. You've been to Ibadan a few times. You know the Lake Salami Stadium, same as Opeyemi, but we'll start out with you, Princewill, first, because something happened at the Lake Salami Stadium, Adawa Singba. Ikorodu City went away to face the Oli Warriors and then came out with a draw. Big results.
Yeah.
That shows you how big Ikorodu City are this season and what
They've
sort
done
of
well.
results they have. Yes. And that's sort of, well, that's all the flowery words I have. So I have no more flowery words to use. So back to facts. After the game, there was some form of crowd trouble, right? Fans were upset about a few things. Now, I'm reporting the story as it came. The fans took out their anger on the referees, took out their anger on their home team, took out their anger on the away team. Now, the away team were trapped in the dressing room for 2 hours after the game, right? Extra security had to be brought in. The referees were smuggled out dressed as police officers. So they were not going to be lynched by the supporters. It's a bad story all around, right? And I've heard a few shooting stars, okay, not shooting stars, a few Ibadan supporters say, look, but they also took out their own team. And I'm like, look, that has nothing to do with the away team. I came to play an away game. If your team lost, take it out on your team. That's your problem. Don't stress me. Let me go my way because I did my job and I did it to perfection. But pending when the IMC pulls out its own jurisdiction, what do you make of all of this?
To be very honest with you, Femi, it was an appalling situation. It actually brought a black spot to Nigerian football. It's quite unfortunate that some of the scenarios that we used to talk about some few years back with what the LMC has done, a beautiful organization, the game in Ibadan actually gave it a dark spot. I must say that 3-pointer came to my mind. Number one, the place of security in our games have not been fortified. Even in Europe, when games are coming to crescendo, at the end of it, you see the stewards always mounted around the pitch to avoid crowd invasion. 2, how much protection do you put in place before and after the game for the visiting team is very key. Even if you have it, how do you fortify them when you have security? Because for the fans who have actually taken that action, there will have been reports beforehand that fans are aggrieved, the reactions will be spontaneous. How well have you brought in an estridency approach to calm that particular situation? Then 3, I think I said this thing a couple of years ago when the NPFL had a symposium with the club supporters management team about giving them orientation on how supporters should behave. It was well publicized. There is still more to be done. Campaign, billboard, occasional town hall meeting, because it doesn't all go well when you hold people to ransom who actually came to give their best. It was just an appalling situation.
Akbar, what do you think?
I think it's a very sad story coming from Ibadan. It was not a good thing. And in 2025, we should not be having this kind of issues where fans will be, vandalizing people's property, the away fans, trying to beat up referee and all of that.
The home fans.
The home fans trying to beat up the referee, trying to, it's very, very appalling. Like Princewill said, it doesn't augur well. I think we still need to do a lot of sensitization to these fans. Maybe we should call them, because there was one time too, it was between Remo and these same shooting stars, their fans fighting each other. Remo came to Ibadan and it was something else. There was bloodbath everywhere. They went to Ikene, the same thing. It took the NFF to call both parties, into orders.
Is there something else? Because it seems as though you've mentioned 3 teams that have similar domination or similar factors linking them. Shooting stars, right? Remember? One of the directors of Ikorodu City used to be a supporter of Shooting Stars.
Yeah.
And at some point was a supporter of Remo Stars.
Mm-hmm.
And you already mentioned Ikorodu City this season have had issues with Remo. I'm just asking. They've had issues with Remo, they've had issues with Shooting. Is that also a linking factor? I know I'm going on a stretch, but if you look at that line, is there something linking these 2 teams? Because the issues just seem unfounded. Why? Why the provocation? Why the issues? What is causing fans? Now, many people say betting, right? Because everybody always says that. I'm like, look, in England, there are proper football procedures, and now this is my own personal thoughts, right? In a Premier League game, or in a game that you play, say the FA Cup or wherever, right? You're playing in a neutral venue. England always separate the fans. Going into the stadium, fans of Manchester United this way. Fans of Manchester City or any other, Arsenal, the other way. They don't pass the same route to get to where they're sitting. And when the match is over, they will let one fan go first. Mm-hmm. When those ones have cleared, then the second fans go, because they realize if we want to prevent an issue from happening, we must not put the 12. There's like water and oil. And it's that bad that if they see you, so you don't put the 2 fans in the same space. Mm-hmm. And I've experienced one where a Man United in the Man City game, right? A fan of Man United had a Man United jersey on, going to a Man City area. They told him you can't wear that. So you had to go to a shop somewhere, change that jersey. So they gave him another shirt, and they said once you're done with the match, go back and collect your Man United jersey, and that's fine. Because football is passionate. Yeah. People are very passionate about it.
So for me, I don't think we've gotten to that level yet. Or maybe
of exposure or of violence.
I don't think we've gotten to that level of exploring such options in the stadium. And I think the earlier we start realizing that we've gotten to that point, the earlier the LMC starts realizing that we have gotten to that point, that one of the ways we can avoid all this fan or crowd violence is by, number one, some of the things you listed. Try and create a divide between both fans.
I think there is.
Number one.
No, there's no divide.
No, and again, access to the stadium. Do these people pay for tickets to get to the stadium?
So
are these people fans or are they thugs?
No, but that's the thing. Who are the people at the gates?
That's what I'm saying.
You and I.
Are they fans or are they
thugs? Some people
pay
for gate tickets. Some people pay to enter the stadium. The problem here is, and I take the example of the Nasarawa Rivers United story, which caused an issue, right? Samuel Virginia was there, and listening to him from first-hand reports, he said, look, he was in the VIP section. The VIP section, there was no demarcation. So the problem is, the way our stadiums are built, they are not proper demarcation. And you say, okay, you know what? These fans stay here. These other fans stay here. So they can both be in VIPs, and they will be in different areas. One. Number two, we have mixed our roles. Now, I'm sounding personal because the media is also involved. Yeah. I mentioned Sammy's case, and because Sammy is a dear friend, right? Sammy was sitting down in the Rivers United section as a media person or as a commissioner assistant. Yet he was also doubling as a media person. So when he was reporting it, he was reporting on the front of Rivers United. And he said, but we know you. You came to cover this event as Rivers United. So don't form you're a journalist. Because you did not come as a journalist to cover this game. The same thing applies to what happened in time. Remember the last time Toby Adepoju went to Lagos Salami, right? There was a problem. And the question they asked him was, you came in as a supporter of Remo Stars. I'm only saying that we also need to divide these things, because it's difficult. Normally, once I see Princewill coming, Rangers, now Rangers are the city come.
Yeah, you know.
So even if Princewill is telling me that, I'm a journalist, no. I know you have a soft spot for Rangers,
yes,
and I know that if you're going to report this Rangers story, you report it from the bias of Rangers,
so
whether he likes it or not. I'm not abusing anybody. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I'm only saying we are humans.
Yes, I think one thing we should consider is that the way these stadiums were built, these are stadiums that were not built with these things in mind. They didn't build it specifically.
But then we need to refurbish them, because if I remember,
do you understand what I was going to?
So they didn't build
apparatus.
They didn't build
to be on ground
like
in
that.
different areas of the
remember,
stadium.
How many stewards do we have per game?
No,
that's an extra.
Do we have stewards per
that is
game?
one
Do we
reason
have
why
military presence?
We do.
These are things that we need to,
and
we
they are
don't.
not trained for crowd violence.
Crowd control.
You see, Femi, you've just hit the nail on the head.
I always hit the nail on the head. You just don't need to listen to me.
Okay, thank you. Now listen. Now, either we like it or not, the league is a brand.
Yes.
And there are people actually watching what is happening.
Yes.
Like yesterday, I had a one-on-one talk with Nelson Ine, and he says they
Who's
want
Nelson,
money.
by the way?
You say?
Who's Nelson?
Nelson Ine.
Who is that?
Nelson.
For somebody
Ine.
who's watching, I know who he is.
Okay, you know who he is.
But I don't know if the person watching.
He's the person in charge of the Nigerian Football Fund,
TNFF.
and he's also the executive director of GTI.
I don't know what GTI means, but they're the ones who are currently organizing
the league. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, he mentioned something that as a brand, people want to invest. Now, if certain things are not done properly, it will dissuade such investors.
But that means they also have to up the ante. Number one, security.
Security is essential.
Sure, you know that was the first thing I mentioned.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I mentioned.
Fast.
I'm not talking about Nigerian police who angle. I'm talking about
Proper stewards.
you train them, you put them into better perspective of
How to manage violence, how to
Simple.
manage crisis, how to
I
manage.
think Enugu Rangers is doing well with that. I think every match game they usually have stewards in numbers
in the
and
stadium.
I think they are sensitizing them, educating them on how to go about crowd violence. And going back to this 3SC issue, I think it's a reprisal of what happened back in Lagos. And again, you mentioned we as journalists, I think we need to, the things we put out there matters a lot. So there was a talk about journalists in Ibadan saying that they are, like I said, a reprisal of what happened in Lagos.
That the way they were treated.
Yes, that they robbed them and
Yes.
all of that. So it was those thinking that
But funny enough, I remember the game very well because I went to watch that game, and I thought, to be fair, I thought the referee was a bit biased towards. It was leaning more towards Ikorodu City then.
So maybe you can't.
I saw that game live.
That might actually be a trigger.
And I remember very clearly that even in the post-match conference, the manager got fined or reprimanded. That's the word. Reprimanded for his post-match comment, because he says, "Look, if you didn't want us to play, you just told us we just handed you the 3 points and stayed at home." It was glaring, and I mentioned different situations. There was a period when a Shooting Stars attacker got into the box, right? A Ikorodu City and Ikorodu City defender came to meet him. They both hit each other's shoulder. The Ikorodu City player falls on the floor. I had the ball with me, and the Shooting Stars attacker, I said, "I have the ball with me. You hit me on my shoulder, you fell down." And they blew for a foul against me. And if I have the ball, you met me, and this was in the box. Like, immediately that guy had fallen off, because immediately that guy had fallen off, I was through a goal. So all I was seeing was the goalkeeper. And that could have been 50-50. I could have scored, could not have scored, but you blew for a foul against me. There were other 50-50 calls. I'm speaking now. Remember that as much as I say, look, I like Ikorodu City, I will not deny when I see something that is not right. And now I thought was not right.
I owe you a bunch of mango. For you, thanks very much. Do you drink champagne? You know, you don't speak
Now
elegantly about Enugu Rangers.
Now for you. Me now mango. She now champagne. We need to go for a break, because we need to fight here right now.
Who runs the world?
Let's go for this break. We'll come back and go through our predictions ahead of this weekend. Alright, so this is the third part of the show, Sports in 60 Minutes, right here on iRavelStudios. I've got Princewill, I've got Olamide, and I've also got Opeyemi right here in the building. I'm going to go through all our games for this weekend. I feel that our producer is Ujuru Master.
We'll still talk to him.
We have to talk to our producer.
We have to see.
Whomever,
Producer need to
yes, whomever our producer is, because I'm looking at the games this weekend that the person has lined up.
Barcelona.
I'm not.
Is there Barcelona there?
No, there's no Spain at all, which is weird because I don't
Okay,
see.
probably he listened to you.
No, but the point here is this, that how can he do MPFL and only 2 games?
It's a matter of choice.
Number 1, Remo Katsina, Rivers Abia Warriors. Are they the only team that are currently running for this thing? They're shooting this game now.
Just bring us game.
I beg. They talk serious matter. When they talk serious things, calm down now. It's like I cannot defend that title.
I told you last time that in the last 10 years, no team has won the league and come back to defend it.
It's tough.
Okay, I agree. And I'll give you another question. In the last 10 years,
Let me give you an expo.
In the last 10 years,
what Wolf is coming to the MPFL?
huh? They won't buy slot.
No? They're leading the NNL. I need to scatter your joint so for you to be
For
okay.
real Wolves.
Yeah.
To relegate back. Those ones they relegate. To relegate. They don't sort out football house for them. That's FA. They don't sort out my FA house. They relegate now.
It's just an arrow I've just thrown to you.
Okay. I'll guarantee you, another Lagos team will promote.
Sporting Lagos.
In the current NNL table.
We never get players. Yes, now players will deal.
Okay.
Calm down.
No worry.
Warriors go see Ja.
No worry.
You know. They can just keep
Right
calm. Okay, so we're just gonna do it. This is the way we're gonna do it. Rivers United Abia Warriors. Now remember, that's second against third.
Yeah.
Has to be a big game. Where are you going to?
Rivers United, FG.
Okay, FG. There's somebody against FG.
I believe
FG
Rivers
has been the
United
judge
will
right away.
win. Of course, Rivers United will win. They've been consistent lately.
I'm really worried because Abia Warriors lost their last game. I don't know. I just have a feeling that this could be a draw.
No, I feel Rivers United will win.
I feel this could be a draw. It might be an
2 against 2.
They win.
There's no need in analyzing Remo Katina. Now. Everybody knows it's Remo to win.
Yeah, of course.
Because Katina even.
They are below. I think they are just down there. Not
Because I'm
so.
surprised how the most important game this weekend is not here.
Which one is the most important?
Ikorodu City.
Is this a mistake?
I'm sure it's a mistake. Calculated one.
I feel like there's a conspiracy against me.
I think so.
On this show.
You can report the case to the FA.
We need to remove the producer.
Take it to the IMC.
What I feel is I need to be made the producer of this show.
Okay.
I can guarantee that first story will be Ikorodu City.
I know.
Second story Ikorodu City. Third story, look for something and you don't see the first.
That is related to
I
Ikorodu
do.
City.
But it's all right, so good. So we all confirmed those two. Let's go to the EPL. Ope, let's start with you. Arsenal against Brentford. Oof. Remember, Bukayo Saka because they picked up a knock in the game against Real Madrid.
You need to pick up, because the boy played out his heart. So, but
His heart is not big enough.
I think Arsenal
They
is
won,
coming from that Madrid win and like, hey, we got this. And I think Brentford did not chance.
Arsenal go beat Brentford. That's why they speak
They did not stand the chance to.
This game is inconsequential. We've considered the league to Liverpool. It's inconsequential.
Not so much. Liverpool lost now.
No.
They drew 11 points.
No, they lost.
They lost. So it's 11 points.
They lost.
Okay, yes.
It's 11
They
points.
lost.
Yes, now.
So it's 11.
They won the league.
So my question I ask you now is that, do you think Arsenal will win the Champions League? Because
You just had me saying my village people will join me in celebration.
Let's move to the next one. Newcastle versus Manchester United. Olamide.
I feel like Newcastle will win Manchester United because coming from the motivation they got against Liverpool.
Don't say when they play Liverpool.
No, they did on that spirit still there, and you can't
They
use
beat Leicester last time.
No, they'll beat. Of course, they beat them at the King Power Stadium.
It doesn't
But
matter.
Manchester to win.
everybody beats Leicester. Actually,
Manchester to
You
win.
see why-
Manchester to win.
You see why me and
Newcastle to
Princewill
win.
will never get along.
Manchester.
I was
to win.
asking him would you like to place a forfeit?
And I told you that the only forfeit I will place is when you have a Nigerian team or the Super Eagles.
Whoever forfeit.
I'm not playing any forfeit.
Manchester to win.
Okay.
Newcastle to win.
Day or
I'm
day.
also going for Newcastle to
No
win.
problem.
Right.
I know you will go the other way.
I'm going the right way.
That's the right way now.
St. James's
For
Park.
once, Femi, we agree. For once. Carry on.
My knowledge
conditions.
is vast.
Carry on.
Liverpool, West Ham.
Liverpool not the way.
Anybody against that?
No.
Okay. Let's go to the Serie A. Okpe, Lazio, AS Roma. Now remember, this is a derby. We're going out to Italy, right? So Liverpool, listen, it's a derby game, Lazio against Roma at the Stadio Olimpico. Now, Roma had the best form in the Serie A. No team comes close to them. The closest is Bologna in terms of their form. Claudio Ranieri, who's come out of retirement, has worked wonders. He's put them back in conversation.
80.
As in the man,
Wow.
Right, so let's look at that game, right? Lazio Roma. What do you think? I think it's going to be a Roma victory.
I tilt towards that too. I think it's going to be a Roma victory.
Although Lazio beat Atalanta the last time.
For me, there's something you guys don't take into consideration here, right?
Form goes out.
You don't know which version of Lazio you will see. Look what happened against Atalanta. Everybody
Atalanta
said
poor.
yes,
Recently.
but they were playing at home.
No, my point is Atalanta have been poor.
Atalanta was playing at home.
Atalanta
All of us picked Atalanta to beat Lazio.
Olamide, are you alright at home? Advantage doesn't count anymore.
No, it does. It
It doesn't count anymore.
If home advantage doesn't count, then why did Arsenal beat Real Madrid?
We've seen, has Arsenal not been beaten at home?
Home advantage
No,
doesn't
they
count.
both play in. It's like saying the San Siro.
I know
Has
it's a
Arsenal not been
derby. I
beaten at
know.
home this
But I'm
season?
saying that we can't predict these kind of things.
Olamide,
Number one,
predicting Roma
it's a
win.
derby.
Olamide.
I think it's going to be a draw.
Olamide,
Yes.
before you go, that's why they say worry people like
I think
trouble.
it will be a draw.
Let me worry you small. Has Arsenal not been beaten at home this season?
No, but we're talking about
I don't
matches
know if
like
it's
this now.
Yes. They've lost at home now.
Not just once now.
Twice.
West Ham was the ones.
Uh-huh.
What was the second team? Just West Ham, I think.
Brentford also beat them.
West
Yes.
to beat them now.
West Ham recently, then Brentford.
Brentford.
Oh, I thought the West Ham victory was the first victory. But it's all right. Let's finish up games this weekend. Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund. Now, remember, these two teams trail from their first Champions League game. So, while it's the Klassiker, the biggest derby in Germany, it still doesn't mean that they will have 100% focus on this game. Knowing Bayern have an easiest chance of overturning a 2-1 deficit, right? For Dortmund, it's 4-0. Almost seems signs they've delivered. But remember, the league is also at stake. 6 points separating first, Bayern Munich, and second, Bayer Leverkusen. And if they drop points in this game, Leverkusen could still.
Borussia Dortmund have some of their players out, injured. And against Bayern Munich, who know that they have a lot at stake, especially, the fact that if they win, they go, I think, about 13,
Nine
points. Is it 9 points?
9 points.
No, if they win, they go depending on the outcome of, yes. No, I'm talking about Bayern Munich. So,
Okay, Bayern will go.
if Bayern
9
win,
points.
if they win, they go 9 points.
If
Clear.
Dortmund win, they go closer to the Champions League places.
So for me, I feel like Bayern would win this game.
All right, 7
I
against
feel
Bayern.
Bayern
winning.
would win.
Bayern all the way.
Yeah.
Bayern or the
Okay, Bayern. So I can't even see the reason why Dortmund win. I'd never really liked the appointment of Niko Kovac. I've said it over and over again. I don't think Kovac is the right man for that Dortmund job. Okay, so just before we go, as always, we've come forward with our weekend package. What we've got specially lined up for this weekend. And then, where do we start from? Okay, let's start off with you for a change. Let's get your take first. Any cool thing for this weekend? Planning to walk under the night sky, go see a guy, go out on a date. Have you got anything fun, sports-wise, to do? Don't be ashamed. Go ahead. Say what you've got to do. I've got boring stuff lined up, so I hope you guys are ready for my boredom.
For me, I'm not thinking of anything now. Maybe, I think I'll be at home.
Ooh, alone?
That doesn't matter. She said she'll be
I
at
just
home.
want to know if she's going to be
She could
alone.
be busy writing her reports, doing some other
That's
stuff.
boring.
with it.
It's just
Creating
boring.
content.
Thank
It's
you.
boring. I
So it's
thought
not
going
your
to be some
business.
fun stuff or something.
That's fun too.
Nah, boring.
Thank you.
It's
Some
boring.
people enjoy their company,
Anything you got, cool?
Thank you.
Well, I have a photo shoot session. Yeah.
No.
I have a photo shoot session. I'm going to do
What's wrong with you?
a photo.
What's wrong with you?
I want to go take some cool pictures. Update my
Let's
picture
With
life.
your wife.
Roberta.
My best friend.
What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Personal anything nice?
Spiritual.
Oh, yeah, no.
So that's the only
What
person
are
doing-
you who doing?
You know, that's the only person doing fun stuff this weekend.
What fun stuff are you
On
doing?
Saturday,
Jacamo?
there's what we call a memorial. We're all going to be in there trying to remember what Christ did.
Oh, this Palm
Wait,
Sunday
is
this
it? Is
weekend.
it? Is
Yes,
it?
Palm
Palm Sunday this
Palm
weekend.
Sunday
Yeah.
is
Palm Sunday this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Palm
So
Sunday
Saturday
this
is
weekend,
memorial for us.
Oh, I think.
Palm
Do you know?
Sunday.
I totally
Time for
forgot that the
reflection.
fast is still on. Because I've not fasted one day.
Now, please don't-
How do
don't
I
even
have
joke.
you
When the Muslims finish their fasting, I thought fasting was over.
Ask him.
How do you guys? How do I end up having colleagues like this for work? Why?
Don't let me joke. Don't let me joke at all.
I'm not going to say fast a day, but I know they lie.
Anyway, so I haven't got too many fun things to do, but my plan this weekend is to play Halo. There's a series, a movie series, but the computer game. So I'm planning to play it all through this weekend. I've also got the classical game to go through tomorrow, so looking forward to that as well. I think that's basically what I've got lined out. Play a lot of computer games, 'cause I haven't played computer games in a long time. And then go to the Borussia Dortmund away.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I told you guys I had the most fun thing to do this weekend, you see.
Congratulations.
The next time I've got something hot, right? Something steamy.
I spoke spiritual. You say that's not important.
Steamy.
Yes, right. Yeah,
I spoke
something
spiritual. I
steamy.
say that's not
I'm
important.
I'm hoping I'm still looking out for the best, looking out for a good spa, looking out for a spa date, something to steam through my system.
A spa date?
Yes, I am looking for a spa date. No, spa date for myself. I've been stressed. Now I started running once again, right? And I've had a start and stop system, right? I run a lot and then my knees start to, or my calf starts to
Walk.
You run a lot, you stop a lot.
No.
Do
So
a long
I mean, I
walk.
run a lot. Like last week, right? Last week I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All those days I ran, right? And I ran intentionally because I knew that Monday I was going to be a bit tight. And my calf was hurting terribly, right? And on Tuesday, the same thing. So I was hoping I'll get a spa date where they'll probably massage my calf. Because I want to head back to running regularly.
All good for you.
Wow, you guys are killjoys, really.
All good for you.
Hopefully I also register at the gym. Who knows? Maybe we could drop down a kg or 2 kg. I don't know. These guys are no fun whatsoever. Alright, so that's our show. Big thanks to Princewill Oviesan for being as creative as always. Olamide Onwuka also been a great addition as well. Not forgetting Opeyemi, imoru. I'm Femi saying have yourself a great time. Everyone, remember as you go out, do great things. Be safe, everyone. We'll catch you next time on Sports in 60 Minutes.